Welcome to the Soul Source podcast, where you can expect conversations about the Akashic records and how to rewrite your limiting beliefs so you can finally be free and prosperous. Discover your energy bodies as the communication system between your human, your higher self, and the field. This is otherworldly energetics made practical to shift your reality. Your divine inheritance of having your earthly needs met and receiving all of your heart's desires starts now. Welcome back to the podcast, where we are going to dive into some of the counter energies to prosperity. Prosperity in itself is a frequency. It's a state of consciousness where you thrive in every area of your life. So we're talking thriving in your body, feeling like you're in great shape, in good health, your home feels supportive and sacred, your relationships are amazing, your divine purpose is on point, you are claiming skills and magic that you didn't know were possible, your income, it is thriving in every area of your life. So we're no longer operating from that frequency of, one part of my life to be good, another part of my life has to suffer. This is where all areas are thriving. And for me, that is a state of wanting for nothing. It is a state that feels peaceful and calm in your body. It feels secure. You are literally overflowing with the joys of life and you feel passionate about life again. It's deeply, deeply fulfilling. It's deeply purposeful. And it improves your life, your family's life, your community's life. So it's very holistic. Prosperity is a very holistic consciousness. It's the kind of success that comes beyond money. It includes money, but it goes beyond money. And it's the kind of frequency that is going to change paradigms. It's going to change how we view ourselves and our bodies. It's going to change how we operate our homes and our families. And it's going to change how we work, how we operate our businesses. Now, some energies are going to amplify that consciousness. They're going to amplify the frequency of prosperity. And other energies are going to act as counter energies. Now, neither are good or bad. If you've been around a while, you know that no energies, no emotions are ever good or bad. They are all just information trying to direct you. So let's dive into there are many, but let's dive into some of the more important energies that you want to look out for. Number one, I've got impatience. Impatience implies a lack of trust. So if you're somebody who has found yourself saying, "Oh, I'm here in this lifetime to learn how to be patient," which if I had a penny for every single time I said that, impatience is actually a deep lack of trust. It's a lack of trust in yourself, a lack of trust in source, a lack of trust in timing. So it makes you push harder because you don't believe that things will happen otherwise. You don't trust that things will happen otherwise. You won't get to your milestone. You won't get the result. You won't move things forward. So it makes you push even harder. Another one is going to be rushing. Rushing implies there's some kind of deadline. It usually means that you feel like there's too much to do and not enough time. And this is usually because we're doing a whole bunch of busy work. We're doing stuff that isn't actually even ours to do. And we're trying to do it all solo, and we're trying to do it all yesterday, and we're trying to be perfect. Another energy is going to be complaining. Complaining is very, very common, and that's why I'm bringing it up. I want you to see if you can start to catch yourself when you're about to. And we all do it from time to time, but complaining really implies that you don't believe it's working out for you. And Lord knows, there are often times where it looks like it's not working out for you. And it can be very easy to complain. But when you understand how the game works, you understand that it is always working out for you. No matter what road you choose, no matter what road you take, it is actually always working out for you, even when you can't see it yet. So again, this is going to take some trust, and you will build up the evidence. You'll be able to think of a time now where in the moment you thought this was a mistake, something terrible was happening, it was really bad, it wasn't what you wanted it to be. But in hindsight, when you look back, you can see that actually it did work out for you. So see if you can give yourself examples of that so that you can sink deeper into trust. Because those three energies lead to exhaustion. They lead to stress and exhaustion because you are moving way too fast. You're doing way too much, trying to control it, trying to micromanage it, trying to push it. But when your body trusts that it's okay to slow down, it's okay to get intentional about what really matters to you, and you can start to simplify from there. When you get clear on what really matters to you, decisions become easier, and it becomes easier to drop the things that actually don't matter to you. So instead of white knuckling through your day, doing a whole bunch of busy work, a whole bunch of stuff that isn't yours to do, you suddenly have more capacity. You have more capacity instantly to hold the things that really do matter to you. So another energy is going to be hyperindependence. Hyperindependence implies that you don't feel like you're supported, that there isn't help available, and that you have to do it all on your own. You have to take it all on yourself. It's your responsibility. Another one here is going to be sacrifice. Sacrifice implies that for someone else to gain, you have to lose. So this is really an imbalance between the ability to give and receive. Receiving has along the way become distorted with all sorts of beliefs attached to it. These are obviously a one-way ticket to burnout. Oh, gosh, I wonder if you heard that. That was an aeroplane so low to my house. These energies are a one-way ticket to burnout. Your body doesn't know how to stop doing it, so you keep saying yes to all sorts of things that you don't want to do, and you end up feeling resentful. But when your body knows that it's okay to soften, it's okay to allow the things you're craving to land, all the help and support and I wish someone would take care of me for a change. They all miraculously have space to land. They all miraculously start to happen in your life. But you have to teach your body how to feel comfortable with being held and spoiled first. Okay, moving on to denying. This one is so interesting to me. Denying implies that it is not yours to experience. And it's so interesting because Sometimes we don't notice energies, we don't notice traits, we don't notice our own strengths and weaknesses. We have blind spots. But denying implies that you have noticed it, but you don't feel safe accepting it yet. So it's generally something that is reflected back to you from the field often, but part of you doesn't feel safe claiming and owning it yet. So it could be something to do with your job, or maybe you have a special knack with kids or animals and people tell you all the time how good you are. But there's something inside you that feels uncomfortable about recognizing it as an authentic part of you. Another counter energy is going to be waiting. Waiting implies that someone or something else has to give it to you. So somewhere along the line, we've given our power away. These are both areas that are asking you to build personal power. The confidence and the authority to be who you naturally are and lead yourself. So when you've spent a lifetime of being all things to all people, it can actually be quite challenging to meet different parts of yourself and learn who you are naturally. But the more courage you build and stop denying yourself the parts that you do meet, the easier it becomes. And then the more you decide what you want to experience next, the easier it becomes to walk that path without waiting for someone to give you permission, because you know it's the path that you designed for yourself. And there actually isn't anyone who can give you permission. So you just start walking. So it doesn't mean that you will never feel any of these energies. It doesn't mean that you've messed up if you feel any of these energies. It doesn't mean you are wrong if you do. They are simply information from your energy bodies. They are communication between your human, your higher self, and the field, so that you can become prosperous and ultimately free. That's what we're all here for, is to become ultimately free. And that means free of all these beliefs that are hiding in our body, that are secretly influencing how we, interact with our body, our family, our home, our work, our purpose, our divinity. And in the Akashic records, that is the work that we do, finding the beliefs that are hiding in your body that create these loops of rushing and sacrificing and denying, so that we can rewrite them, collapsing the entire loop that we are currently struggling and striving and forcing our way through. Because we want to be devoted to ourselves and our families and our work. We want to be able to hold it all and not be exhausted or burned out or crippled with self-doubt. We want to be happy and alive and overflowing in every single area and purposeful. So, as always, I look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please follow, review, and share until every man, woman, and child remembers their own sovereign divinity. I'm rooting for you. We rise together.